Hi, in this video I will show you how to add a community box directory to one or more pages of your Kajabi site. There is a separate video showing how to add your directory to one or more lessons, or posts as they used to be called. So as the first step, we're going to decide where on my website I'm going to add the community box directory. For the sake of this video, I've set up a page called directory, but really you can add community box anywhere on your Kajabi site. The end result will look like this. So you'll have a directory with a map and with colors customized to fit the website. To start the process, I load up the community box dashboard. Here I have a single directory called the icing rink, and this is the directory that I'm going to embed on my Kajabi site. It has 5 active profiles in there. You can add more profiles either from a spreadsheet or directly from the dashboard, or you can ask users to add their profiles themselves. There are other tutorial videos that go into details about those. For now, I'm going to click on Manage Directory. And from here, I'm going to click on this link for Preview and Embed, because I want to embed the directory. On the page that opens up, which is the Preview and Embed page, I selected Kajabi from the drop-down list of embeddable platforms. So now I need to copy this embed code, which I can copy to my clipboard by clicking the copy button here, onto Kajabi. So Kajabi is a very easy to use platform, which is great, and it's going to make it so much easier to copy this directory code onto my Kajabi site. Over on my Kajabi site, I'm now in the web page editor. So I want to add the directory above the footer, but below my page title. So I'm going to add a section. I'm going to choose custom content. Other sections will work as well. Essentially any section that allows you to have a subtext element will work for this. I find that custom content works the best because it has the most features for adjusting the width and the background appearance. So I add a custom content section, and in this case I'm going to, for the sake of tutorial, because of the look that I want to obtain, I'm going to remove the background image and the image overlay. Again, you can keep these on, it doesn't really affect Community Box, it's purely down to your own choice of visuals. And I can see there's already a text block here. So I'm going to make use of this existing text block, however you can add another text block to fit the Community Box content in. So this happens to be the text block that was added automatically by Kajabi when I added the custom content section. Again, I'm going to reuse this, but you can add a new text section if you prefer. If you wanted some text to be surrounding the directory, that's perfectly fine. And I'm going to go back to the Community Box dashboard we were looking at before, and I'm going to click copy here to copy the embed code to the clipboard. An important thing to note is that with Community Box, you only need to do this once. Once you have copied the embed code into Kajabi, as I'm about to show you, most of the other changes that you will make to the directory in terms of selecting colors, making adjustments, adding profiles, and so on, you do those in the Community Box dashboard, and those changes will automatically transfer over to Kajabi. You don't need to keep editing this code. In most normal circumstances, there is no need for you to understand or edit what this code does. Everything happens over in the Community Box dashboard. So back here in the Kajabi editor, I'm going to click the source code button here, and I'm simply going to paste the code from Community Box straight into this box. I want to make any modifications to it, and then I'm going to click Save. So here, straight away, the directory loads. That's all there is to it. The directory is now loaded on the page. However, it's quite narrow here, and ideally I would like the profiles to fill the page horizontally as much as they're able to. So in the Kajabi custom container section here, you can set the container width. So I'm going to set that to 12 out of 12 to maximize the width available to Community Box. And you can now see that the profiles fill the whole space. So This is something useful to know about Community Box. It will responsively adapt to the width of your page. This means that your customers, if they're looking at the page with different screen sizes or on tablets, Community Box will automatically flow so as to fit nicely within the container sizes. So again, if for whatever reason you wanted a narrower look where you wanted only 2 profiles per row, again, you'd adjust the container width down here to obtain that. Community Box will always fill as much horizontal space as it is allowed to by the container. Another thing to notice is that there is a lot of padding up at the top here between the title of my page and the start of the directory. So for aesthetic reasons, I would like to get rid of this. So again, with Community Box, because Community Box just sits in a block on your page, the look of the directory is often influenced by what's around it. So in this case, to remove this margin here, rather than adjusting the directory, I'll instead adjust the spacing of my container block over here. So I'm going to select the small spacing here, and I can see now that that padding has now been adjusted there. So that's another way. Often if you want to change the layout of Community Box, how it looks on your page, you would often change the container that it sits in rather than changing Community Box itself. So now that I've made a few adjustments to the directory, it's time to preview it. So I'm going to save the page, and then I'm going to click the preview button in Kajabi. Here I can see the directory has now loaded and is sitting on the page. Many of the remaining adjustments, such as the colors, the choice of map, whether I have the map on display or not, whether it's a grayscale map, or whether it's a colored map and so on, you can make in the Community Box dashboard. And again, there are other tutorials and documentation that will cover those. But these are the only steps you need to do in order to add the Community Box directory to your Kajabi site.